Welcome to the REALL Academy, brought to you each Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by the
Systems DoctHers,
Dr. Sheka Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor, best-selling authors, consultants, and speakers of Create and Educate LLC. Create and Educate LLC is an educational consultant and literary firm that provides professional development to schools and community. Their goal is to transform organizations with the REALL Resilient framework used to increase their school report card grades 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year. REALL stands for Respect, Excellence, Accountability, Literacy, and Leadership. This framework is used to coach leaders and teachers and build student efficacy while putting systems in place that aligns the work of the school improvement, making the process manageable. When the work is manageable, teachers and leaders don't stress out or burn out.
the Systems DoctHers
Alignment systems are designed to help schools evolve and grow, all while instituting protocols and processes designed to promote collaboration and collegiality. The implementation of the alignment framework prevents some of the most common problems in education, where leaders sometimes aren't sure where to start, or in our new age of educating, leaders need a trusted sounding board that allows them to be vulnerable and transparent, preventing loneliness at the top. The framework doesn't just help leaders, but also prevents teachers from burning out from too many initiatives and embracing teachers as they are the experts. Finally, the framework extends to the children, helping them get engaged in school and solving a nationwide problem. Alignment systems are frequently referred to as a key element of success in the improvement process. In the sport of rowing, all rowers must put their oars in the water, succinctly creating a system for their boat to reach maximum speed. So schools that want to improve are bringing in
the Systems DoctHers
to teach them all about the alignment systems that must be in place for school improvement to be accomplished at high levels. The dynamic duo provides insights into educational topics through their international platform, which includes educators, parents, and community members as a way to support important entities that make communities thrive. This is their way to pay it forward and provide the support they needed through their platform. Take a look. People who work with the
Systems DoctHers
describe them as an excellent and inspiring group of leaders. They get into the weeds of work with leaders through their TrustMate Institute that you should contact them about today by filling out the contact form on their website.
It's Super Saturday, everyone. Welcome to episode 202 of the REALL Academy, brought to you by your very own Systems DoctHers. I'm Dr. Sheka Houston.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm Dr. Tammy Taylor. Welcome.
Good morning, Tammy.
Hey, Sheka.
And if this is your first
Good
time
morning.
tuning in to Create and Educate, the REALL Academy with the Systems DoctHers, and you're not really sure of who we are, Tammy's going to give you a little bit more insight into that.
We are so glad that you asked. We are best-selling authors, speakers who transformed our schools 2 and 3 report card levels in just a single year. We are also award-winning leaders, STEAM School of Excellence, the Palmetto Silver Award for Academic Growth, Local Entrepreneurs Accelerator Program Award, Avid MC Selection, and most recently, Avid Global Achievement Nominees Selection for the elementary category.
Most definitely. And we're looking forward to hearing that final announcement at the National Avid Convention later this year. I think it's in December, right, Tammy?
Yes, it's in December.
Okay. So we are quickly going to run through all of the ways that you could potentially work with us. Of course, our first thing is the Real Academy, which you're tuned into right now, every Saturday at 10:30, and we appreciate everyone for being here. Leadership coaching, we are in the process of enrolling probably the final people that we'll be able to take on for the year. So if you are a leader who needs help with school turnaround, we've been through the process of STEAM School of Excellence before, and also the Palmetto Silver for academic growth. But if you're just a leader who needs support, we are definitely able to support you with the 48 years of experience between the two of us. So please contact us if you are interested. We are also finalizing our plans for people who need resources and professional development for their schools for the year. So give us a email or fill out the contact form on the website or inbox us if you are needing professional development for your school. We have a multiple list of things that we can help you with. And also, if you're needing team building for your team, we're calling it team building with a flair. So we have multiple different things in this arena: your chair, your nature, your secret sauce. And when people know you, when they know one another, they can work a whole lot better together. And the work gets done in a more succinct way. So give us a call about that. And we are super excited about the Resilience series. The first book, Amir's Awakening, is out, but it is based on our resilience as my superpower, culturally relevant SEL super strengths protocol here with respect, excellence, accountability, literacy, and leadership. So it takes those principles from cultural relevancy and SEL and merges them to create amazing journeys for children. And Tammy's going to talk to you about our Fantastic Four network.
Absolutely. Yes, we are so honored to be a part of our Fantastic Four family. We are a part of that live stream network, and we show up each Saturday and provide you all with what we consider to be the work that got us out of those situations that you heard us talk about earlier with moving those report card grades. So we, again, are humbled to be in that number. And we start each Saturday morning with Principal Sean Hurt at 10 a.m., who does an outstanding job. And we thank you this morning, Principal Hurt, for all of those tips on how to get started. And Sheka and I laughed because teachers do need time. Administrators need time with their teachers. And we have to be cognizant of the fact that we cannot overwhelm people when you're coming back to school. So thank you. You are always spot on, and we appreciate you. And of course, following him is Create and Educate with yours truly, Dr. Sheka Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor here in the Real Academy at 10:30. And then we are followed at 10:55 by the GOAT, the leader's mentor, who is all things leadership, Principal Kafele, in the virtual AP and New Principals Academy. And we are so looking forward to sitting at his feet and learning from him in a couple of weeks. So we're really stoked and excited about that, Principal Kafele. And then that is our Super Saturday lineup. And then on Sunday evenings with Dr. Mari Moreno and Principal Josh Tovar, we close out with the PGP podcast. But again, lots of PD for you to help you with whatever it is that you need. But between amongst this group, you can surely find what you're looking for.
Most definitely. And we do all of this work through our framework that you see at the bottom. And that framework falls into three systems of respect, excellence, and accountability. And we also use our real systems formula. So I did want to read something that actual text message that we received. Our students grew. Praise the Lord. And I sent back, congratulations, so proud of you, literally crying. Thank you so much for the support, the personal and the virtual throughout the years. You and Dr. Taylor are amazing. So, people who tune in, and especially our fam members who are on all of the platforms that we are on, they really see the benefit and really are using what we're providing to help their students and help their schools. And that's why we do this every Saturday, because we know what it felt like to need help and not have it. So anybody who needs help, that's what we are here for. That's why we do what we do, because we know that there are gaps in leadership support. And we're going to get more into that. So make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of the things that the platforms do. We appreciate every one of you being here. And we are going to go through our real fam shout outs very quickly. Constant Sherrod out in Pearl, Mississippi. I think she's going to be in a new assistant principal role this year as well. So congratulations to her and
Yes,
thank you for being here.
congratulations.
AP Patrick Lawrence from Connecticut, thank you for being here. Dr. Roz Gaskins, we appreciate you, sis. Thank you for being here. Chancellor Rashard Davis out in Las Vegas, thank you for being here. Principal Sean Hurt, our brother in the work and mentor, thank you for being here. Dr. Rella Hicks, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Miss Dot McKeever Jeter, the one and only, thank you for being here. Mr. David Bell from Benton Harbor, Michigan, thank you for being here. Melissa Jones Chunu out in Oklahoma, thank you for being here. Our other brother in the work, Principal Josh Tovar, Buenos Dias, Josh, thank you for being here. My mom, Beverly Hall, thank you for being here. The GOAT, Principal Kafele, good morning to you. We always appreciate your support and looking forward to you being solo this week. We'll be getting our notepads out. Principal Otis Kitchen, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Central Hicks, good morning to you, fam. And while he's up here, congratulations to Central. He has been promoted to the district level, and you'll have to put your new title in the comments, Central, so I can announce it. But we are so proud of him, the growth that his school experienced afforded him the opportunity to be able to elevate. So we are so happy for him and proud of him. Arcella Austri, our sister next door in Charlotte, thank you for joining us. Margaret Simpson Lackert, good morning. Thank you for joining us. September Devance Vance Daniels, we appreciate you, sis. Candace Smith, thank you for joining us. Cora Graves, good morning to you, sis. Thank you for joining us. Alexa Irvin, I hope I'm saying that right. Alexa Irvin and James Wilborn from Denton, Texas. Thank you for joining us. Is that it? Okay.
Everybody.
We appreciate
so.
you all. You could be doing
Yeah, I think
lots
that's
of
all of us.
things. Okay. You could be doing lots of things, but you are intentional about being here with us, and we appreciate you for it. So that brings us to episode 202 of the Real Academy. We're going to be talking about those support plans. Last week, we talked about the support that teachers and parents need. So today, we're going to start off with principals. And sometimes, sometimes we get this right in areas, central office people, and then sometimes, they need a little bit of help in supporting principals. So I want to start off with, in my role, I'm going to move. honey, let me celebrate me. I'm moving over to support services and programs at the district level. So I'll be supporting principals and different staff members in a different role this year. And I'm excited about that. One of the ways that I plan to support principals is something that is called culture walks. And this is not one of those things where I'm collecting information to copy somebody in an email to tell or report anything, because that is not what real support feels like. And I know because I remember being in those seats and getting copied on those emails with 55 different people. So culture walks basically is I'm going to be giving the principal information about what it feels like to be at your school. It'll be a form and I'll shoot them the information, but this is really information that helps them understand what that is. Because when you have a set of outside eyes, sometimes when you're in the mix, some things may not resonate with you. And that resonated with me as a parent of two children going to school. And so now that I'm on that receiving end of what these things feel like, I want to make sure I'm supporting principals with, I want you to understand what this feels like when I'm coming in with my parent hat on today to see how long it took anybody to, say anything to me. Or if I'm sitting in the class, what does it feel like to be a student in your class, in your classrooms? So I'll have those different lenses on to help them make sure that their culture is one where people want to send their children, people want to come to work, and where children want to be, because those are some very important factors right now with everything that's going on in education and all of the different choices that people have. I think cultivating that culture is something that principals will appreciate. And you can speak to it from your lens, Tammy.
Yeah, I think that having a pulse on the culture of your building is super important. For me, it kind of resonates with when people come to our school. They always invariably, and it doesn't matter who it is, will say that the building has a feeling, like it's just a vibe that's there. And I'm very grateful, and I know I'm humbled to lead in a building where there is a culture of excellence and a culture of expectation. So I welcome a culture walk in my building, because from the front door to the back door of the school, we have an expectation of excellence. And everybody that you meet in within those four walls of that brick and mortar, you are going to encounter people who know that there is that expectation there. And so Miss Melissa is our custodian. Miss Melissa has her own vibe that shows the pride that she has for that school. We're in the oldest building in our district, but you know what? When you walk into that building, you never be able to tell that that's the oldest school in the building in the district, because it has been so well cared for, which goes back to that culture of excellence. We want excellence in everything that we do. When you come into this building, we want you to feel not just welcomed, because you certainly are, but we want you to feel like, yes, this is a place where I feel good dropping my kids off. I'm not afraid, because there's so much chaos in the office that I'm scared to leave them. Like, these people don't even acknowledge me as an adult, or these people are short talking me as an adult. What are they doing to my 4-year-old who I'm leaving here with them? We want to cultivate that experience and to create a climate of I choose to be the way that we are. It's how we do business down here. And I think that even the folks that are on my staff will, some of them may be on here this morning, can echo the fact that I don't think some people may be a little gun shy about it, but I'm excited that we get to see in writing, yeah, hey, here you go. You got a great vibe going on down here.
Exactly, because waiting until the report card comes out with that climate data on it at the end of the year is not enough time to do something about things. And sometimes you just need to hear, hey, what we have going on is working, or,
Mhm.
let's tweak this, or, even if I can sit down and give people some suggestions. But what it is not is one of those things where people are, going back to report something, or we're collecting data on people. And I wanted to put this comment back up from Josh. He said, it's hard to find love when you are in the main chair and your school is sinking. And I really, really wish that that was not the case, because I remember when we were in the chairs, Tammy, and our schools were sinking. We basically had repellents on. We was walking around with the A's. Nobody wanted to be bothered with us. They didn't want to be attached to us. And when you think about how long we had been in the district, because that 48 years is 48 years that we together, our years of experience together. So when you add up how much you have invested in people for 48 years, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for you to throw down the drain instead of actually being real support and real help. And then, once we did turn it around in the 1 year at both schools, you know, now what can anybody say when they weren't really there to support or help? Now we have new leadership. Dr. Sutton is very supportive and helpful with anything that we ask of him. But under that particular regime, we didn't experience that.
But
So,
now I will say this, Josh, when you're in that chair and the school is sinking, you have to find your own lifeline. Like nobody's throwing you one. And
mhm,
for us, like you've heard the cliche before, you don't kick a person when they're down. But we were getting trampled while you're down there. Like this is an easy way to explain away the drama that we have going on, and this is an easy way to um clear ourselves of any attachment to this negativity that is now a part of the district. And remember, I'm in a CSI school at this time, the 60th school on a list of 60 schools. So everybody wanted to disassociate themselves with me. I am Hester Prynne. You hear me with that big scarlet A sitting up on my chest. I walk into a meeting and it is almost like I have the plague. Everybody stops talking when there is time for interjections or for comment or ideas. When I'm making a suggestion, people are looking at each other like, who in the world is she talking about at the CSI school? But when things started to shift and people saw that, hey, this might be playing out a little differently than we thought. And I'm talking about from the head of leadership to the folks that had surrounded themselves around her. We are now being viewed very differently. And it isn't just that you are receiving a different amount of love, Josh. Now, all of the things that have been initially said or thought or assumed about you just kind of dissolve and disappear. You don't even hear any more about it.
not a
So,
peep.
when you're in a situation, and we speak to anybody on here this morning, when you find yourself with your back against the wall, don't cave, and don't let that intimidate you into thinking that you're less than what you need at this time, because you have to look within. When you can't find what you're looking for of elsewhere and nobody was offering to help us with it, you have to search that within yourself to figure out exactly what it is. And I cannot have this moment without shouting out Sean Hurt and Principal Kafele. These are people who don't know us. We are strangers to them. Like, I'm talking about strangers who are saying, "Hey, y'all got this. Look, listen. Let me take a look at this data with you." And I will never forget spending hours and hours and hours on the phone with Principal Hurt, looking at data, and him saying, "Oh yeah, listen, it's a few things that need to be worked on, but you got this. Y'all got it." We're sitting at Principal Kafele's feet, and PD hearing him say, "Hey, make yourself invincible in this situation. Make this a situation where your school is better because you're the person who's leading it." You
Most
talking
definitely.
about holding us, it's a different way of looking at yourself, Josh. So thank you for that point, because it's very well taken.
Most definitely. And we are out of time. So we're going to have to do
Oh, I'm
3 parts
sorry,
on
y'all.
this one. So, time management is another way that you can help principals. Well-being, self-care calendars is another way. And just being approachable. Ask principals what they need help with. Don't keep assuming and developing plans. We tell teachers a lot of times, I mean, principals to involve their teachers in their PD planning. But how many times have we involved principals in the PD planning? What are your needs? Not just based off of what somebody's thoughts are. So we are out of time, but thank you all for being here. And Tammy, when you was talking, I thought about the song back then. They didn't want me, but now I'm hot. They all on me. No, I'm just joking. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know the name of the song. Y'all put it in the chat because I'm not a hip hop
You are
guru or
out of
nothing. But
control, Sheka.
that's exactly what it was. But you all have
And
a great
it-
rest of your Saturday. And tune in to Principal Kafele next. And next week, we will finish this segment off with supporting students. Have a great
For
rest of
sure.
your
Bye, guys.
Saturday, everyone.